Earlier on, Ash Raid Shadow Legends.
I'll give you $1 million. Pounder is creepy staring at Chancellor Yasmin. Back off! Hey guys, it's Ash here coming at you today. Blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was 7. Okay, congratulations, Ash. You can count. Lie number 3 or 5. I finally got something. I finally got something. One more time. What the frick? Cut that, Osama.
But also, this.
Hey guys, it's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there today. I'm so thrilled that you guys decided to click on this video today and join me, taking a little valuable time out of your day in Raid because, man, we're going to spotlight the champion that I've been trying to get my hands on for, over a year now inside the game. I'm so sick of going against this champion in the arena. I am so happy to have him on my side of the arena. It's Nais the Shadowthief. That's right, in case you missed it. I mean, I don't know. Osama, roll the tape. Show them the moment where I pulled my most wanted champion in the world. Oh, we got the Nais! We got the Nais! I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Did I say that? And Krogan! My throat is killing me. I'm so sorry, guys. Altar of Souls. It's right there, dude. Here we go. Boom. 6-star Nais. I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. I was hyped, man. I was hyped. Nais the Shadowthief, the Birdman. Birdman. Kind of a freaky looking bird, huh? But I don't care, man. You can peck my eyes out all you want. I don't care. Because you're on my side of the arena. Today, it's gonna be a great video today, hopefully, because we're gonna put him to the test. I'm gonna show you how I decide to build this champion. Very interesting champion to build. We do have some options, so I'll show you what I went with on my Nais build. And then check this out, guys. It's gonna be a double whammy, a triple whammy maybe. I am about to hit 20,000 live arena points. That's not the season, that's just all together. So that's an incredible moment that I'm going to share with you guys. Also, we are a few wins away from getting our 100 runed obsidian mythical mats, so we can maybe get our hands on a mythical relic at the end of this video as well. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the big fella. Now, as I said at the beginning of that shard opening video, he was my most wanted, not only because he's a beast, but I've been sitting for a year on a 6-star soul for Nais the Shadowthief. So I was so happy to go ahead and use it. So here he is. You can see already, I'm rocking lethal and stone skin on Nais. Total stats on his base form, you can see it right here. 5,000 on the attack, 101, 307 on the crit rate, crit damage, and 100k on the HP. His damage scales off of HP and a stack on his base form. On his alternate form, we get 120k HP, 101, 307 on the crit rate, crit damage, 288 on his speed. Let's talk about the intangibles, though. We have, of course, as I mentioned, stone skin protection at the start of the match. We have Zivia's Servitude on this dude. Really, really nasty, right? Enemies cannot land a critical hit on the wearer if the wearer's HP is below 35% at level 5, which we have it right now. Really strong. You can't even land a crit on this dude when you're trying to take him down, especially in his alternate form, before he kills everybody and revives my team, right? So very, very strong option. We also have, every time the wearer kills an enemy, increase their damage by 10% up to 30%. The way that Nais hits, either on his alternate or his base form, we're going to be able to ramp that up 30% extra damage pretty easily. When attacked with multi-hit skills, decrease the damage the wearer receives from each subsequent hit after the first one. This was already on my Zivia's Servitude, so I probably would have went with something else, but it still works with him. We want to make him very hard to kill. Fills the wearer's turn meter by 10% when his HP drops below 50%. Great. If the incoming damage will exceed 30% of the wearer's max HP, decreases the damage received by 10%. That plays very nicely with the Zivia's Servitude anyway, right? We went with Chainbreaker as a blessing on Nais. This is going to, at the start of this champion's turn, has a chance of removing CC debuffs. And then, when this champion is hit while an enemy, while under a debuff mentioned above, partially fills this champion's turn meter. So at 6 stars, we have a 25% chance of removing the CC debuffs at the start of his turn. And then we have a 40% chance of failing the champion's turn meter by 20% when he's hit while under those debuffs. Why do we have Chain Breaker on Nais over a Lightning Cage, for example, which is the other like main option? There's a few that we could go for, but those are the big two. Again, on that alternate form, you can't even land a critical hit when he's below 35%. But the way to control Nais is, because he has that protected on his alternate form, counterattack and block damage that you can't get rid of, well, you got to see him, right? You want to go in there and land that stun. You want him to lose his turns. So we're trying to negate that with Chain Breaker. It's a counterplay to the popular ways to deal with Nais the Shadowthief. In terms of masteries, these are going to be the best Nais masteries. We go down, we pick up Retribution, we pick up Deterrence. Again, more hard hits off that A1 ability, because again, every time we have an opportunity to kill on that base form, we have an opportunity to revive at the same time. We also have Life Drinker, which is very good. We can recoup that HP lost while he's under the block damage. That way, when we're without the block damage, we can go back in there and survive till we get it back up again. Whirlwind of Death increases speed because he kills so graciously. He kills so effectively. How about that? We have Helm Smasher. The reason we went defense instead of support, obviously, is Deterrence and Retribution, but also Resurgent plays a big factor too. 50% chance to remove a random debuff from this champion who loses 25% or more HP. Listen, one strategy on Nice's, they come in with a big, hard-hitting, block active skills or a True Fear or something like that, and then he'll keep that. You run the risk of switching forms and going into the second form already CC'd. You can't get to the A3, so Resurgent will help mitigate that a little bit, right? That's the build. What do you guys think? How do you rate the build? I'm really, really happy with it. I've made a few changes along the way. I also consulted with my guy Cruisin, seeing what his thoughts were. He recommended a couple mastery changes as well as the switch. All right, so we're going against a diver here, our first opponent. So in today's video, obviously we're going to draft Nais every time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ban Marius probably. Marius is very good against Nais, you know? Very effective. I wouldn't normally draft Nais so early in the rotation, and I'm really giving an opportunity for my opponents to play the affinity game. If I was this dude, I would absolutely be going, Embrace and right where I had my cursor too, right? It's not saying much. Everybody goes Embrace nowadays. So we really want to go first here. So we're going to ban Marius. Plus he hard counters Nais anyway. So I'm actually going to go with Carnage to keep my options open. And I need to go with some sort of a reviver. So I'm going to go with Star Sage Galathir. Now I could go with a Volcanos if I wanted to empower Volcanos with another demon spawn on the team, depending on where he goes with his supports. He's got control. He's got damage locked down. What is Diver going to go for his supports here? He might go with Marichka. He goes with Lady Noelle, and he goes with Freya. Again, he's going Freya to really mitigate against a Volcanos potential. But we're not going to go Volcanos. We're going to go, I think this is, I'm going to go with another Mythical because I'm going to leave Fabian, and I'm going to be locked out. So I'm going to go with a Cock, a Galeus. And he does a pretty smart thing, I think, and he bans Star Sage Galathir. But we're looking pretty good here. So here we go. This is fun too because all my opponents are going to be pretty high, seeing as how it's the very end of the season right now. We want to look at the opponent's turn meter, obviously, as well as who's protected by Stone Skin and whatnot. I'm going to actually turn meter boost here because even though Fabian's going to go and I'm going to remove my buffs, I do want to be close to next in line, right, to take advantage before Embrace goes. So let's just see what happens here. Freya goes. And then I'm back to Lazarius here. I'm actually going to switch forms with Lazarius, which is kind of dangerous, seeing as how he is my reviver. But I want to pick off Fabian here. That way I can reduce the cooldown of Lady Noelle's abilities. All right. We're going to go ahead and just poke away here at Freya with Carnage's A1. We're going to keep Carnage, even though he's locked out. We're going to keep Carnage in his base form here. We're going to go ahead and switch forms here with Galeus, or Galeus, however you want to say his name. We're going to go with Sonic Torture there. So we take down Freya. Now, in this situation, I'm actually going to go ahead and just pop off. I'm not even going to go with, well, you got to be careful of Embrace, but he's not in a very good position right now. So I'm going to keep him in his base form and pop off Lady Noelle because I know I can get the kill. You got to be careful at Embrace, though, because obviously an A1 block revive will end Nice's day immediately. That being said, he's not low health, so I don't have to worry about a health swap and then a block revive. And there's no necrosis on my team, so I don't have to worry about a double hit. You're not going to take down Nais, even with the affinity in one A1 hit. He's going to atomize here, and there he goes. So we're going to switch forms now. But as I said, we're switching forms, but check it out. We have a True fear. So here we go. Luckily, we got the skill off, and we're looking pretty good still. Gonna go in. We're gonna keep, again, Carnage in his base form here. Now, on his A2, he has a Provoke, which is kind of interesting, kind of nice. If this champion has 50% HP or less, plays a stun that can't be resisted. So we're gonna go ahead and, okay, we're gonna do that. Perfect. And then we're gonna finish off with Sonic Torture. Sorry. Okay, we did it, guys. We hit 20,000. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm in the 20,000 club, which nobody cares about except for me the day that I hit it. So we're going against Tappa from District 13.
They're coming, Carnage. They're gonna kill everyone. And in District 13, you'll be dead by morning.
Tough clan. So let's see what they have in store for us. I'm gonna start this time with, I don't want to start with Nais. That feels a little ridiculous. I like starting with Carnage lately, and I'll tell you why. Carnage, if you have Carnage, congratulations, first of all. He's an absolute insane maniac in terms of how good he is. But he's a great first pick. Now, obviously, there's nothing wrong with picking your support champion first, picking your Marius first, picking your Fabian first, picking your Embreeze first. All that's fine. But I like Carnage. You know why? Because they immediately start changing their draft strategy to prepare for Volcanos. I got a Marichka right out the gate. But I'm not going to go Volcanos. And this is a sneaky thing, right? I'm actually going to go with my speed booster. I'm going Lazarius, by the way, because he's my fastest champion by far on my account. But don't worry, I will switch things up as I draft here. Anyway, back to the point. You go Carnage first because they're immediately going to change their strategy. He's probably not going to first pick Marichka in normal situations, but he does here because we're dictating the draft, and I like to psychologically try to dictate the draft. Doesn't always work, but I like it, and Carnage is so good even without Volcanos, right? He's going Predator. That's a big threat. We're still going to ban Marius. He's probably going to go first with Lammasu, so what are we going to do here? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go with our Reviver. Actually, you know what? We're going to go... No, we're going to go with... I want to go with some Siphi Rotos action, guys, but to do Siphi Rotos... I think we really need to, we're going to go with this nice free-to-play friendly team right here, guys. To do Siphi Rotos, I really like to have the last pick in the draft. So we're going to ban Marius, and we're looking pretty good. Predator is really, really, really insanely good, and they're probably going to give it to him with Lammasu, boost him right out the gate, and just try to wipe my team out, and who knows, it might work. He's nasty. Predator is one of the strongest champions inside the entire game right now. Congratulations if you have him. Yeah, I think he's better than He-Man, you know, and He-Man was really good, and I have the nostalgia factor on He-Man too. Our situation isn't amazing, but it's not the worst in the world, right? We just got to survive a Predator hit. Easier said than done. I have a Relentless set on Star Sage Galathyr, but we're really paying the price for it with all those counterattacks from Predator because of the evasions, right? So it's going to be a big nuke coming in from Pred, which we absolutely hate. I'm going to try to get rid of Fabian right out the gate right now, and I'm going to switch forms with my Galeus again. I keep saying Galeus, and everybody's like in the comments, it's Gallius. Whatever, man. I'm going to go in. Dude, Predator's wiping me out without even making a move, and that's the annoying thing about him. All right. Keep in mind that Lammasu cannot be sheeped. She has a passive that she cannot be sheeped. Which is pretty damn powerful. I'm going to keep him in his base form. I'm just going to get rid of Lammasu right now just to keep the battlefield in check. Now, keep in mind that we have Carnage right now. He's kind of dead, but hopefully we'll pick him back up. But we have Carnage right now, and Carnage has, of course, the block active or block passive skills where we can neutralize Marichka, but now we've got our work cut out for us because we need to kill both these mofos. So we're going to go in, we're going to stun, we're going to take another turn, but we got to be super careful. Now we do have Zibia's Servitude working for us, but we got two absolute uber tanks on the enemy team. So he thinks he has me right now, and he might, but we resist, and he can't land that critical hit. It's a very, very nice thing, that Zibia's Servitude. But now he's got the counterattack, no critical hit. And now another, dude, Tappa! He just kept getting the relentless procs on Marichka. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We're back below 2,000. Oh my God. All right, let's keep it going. I show you the wins, I show you the losses. I'll say this. A bit bad RNG. I got a lot of counterattacks, a lot of evasions early on, and we got the extra turns on Marichka, but sometimes the RNG plays in your favor, sometimes it plays against you. Over time, it all evens out. All right, so they go Star Sage Galathir. This time let's just see what we can't plan on anything. We have to see what they give us, right? So I'm going to go with Lazarius and Carnage. That way I have my speed auras already out the way out of my first 2 draft picks. You saw the Zivia Servitude, though? Like, it's really tough to kill him. Really tough, but he kept getting the extra turns, man. That was a bummer, but it is what it is. He goes Hilvi, Star Sage, and Marius. Okay, well, we have to draft our guy. And I'm going to go with Siphi. Siphi's good still. She counters Marius, which is fantastic. He's probably going to go, he's not going to go Volcanos because I have Carnage, probably not. But he's probably going to go Nell. If he goes Nell, we're just going to ban Nell. Okay, he goes double control. That's totally cool. I think we'll go, as much as I love the idea of going, you know what? I'm looking for the hole. I'm looking for the hole and I found it. We're going to go bomb strategy here because he's got, you know, 1 response to bombs. Hilvi's great, but no block debuffs or anything like that. So we're going to see if we can go first here. And we're going to be able to go first. I think we've got the win. We've got the win. Sorry, just trying to play things out. I think we've got the win before Nais even goes in this round. My Siphi's fast, but I'm assuming she'll go first. And then Fabian will come in and not remove everything because I have a 9-piece protection on her, but lock him out. Lock everybody out. So we're going to switch forms with Cometus, who will go next. And then we'll take a shot from Marius, but I have the protection. So now I can just bomb them right away and kill everybody except for the damn Reviver. That's what we get with the affinities, right? You got to play the affinity game against Burrito. Burrito, come on, bro. What are you doing to me, Burrito? I'm going to go ahead and go in. We got to be careful because, like, obviously their team is full of freaking chock full of lockouts. They got block damage. There's not a lot I can do, but I'm actually going to do, because I'm locked out of my skills, and because Marius is slept right now, I'm just going to set up early on the alternate form. Now, normally on Nais early on here, I'm a new Nais user. I should, you know, put that on the table. Normally, I'm trying to keep him in his base form because he's already going to get a second chance at life. He's going to alternate anyway. But we're going against Marius, who is really good with getting that extra hit when he changed forms, and you just never know. So I'm going to start things rolling with Nais because I had that protection, right? Because they have no lockouts. They get my Marius, and that way, excuse me, they get my my Nais, and that was the right move. Now, I think it's a 50-50 proposition at this point in the battle, right? I've got a Petrified and a Stunned Siphi. I've got Carnage nice and healthy, which is nice. Well, nice as a sheep. And then I've got a Stunned Cometus as well. So my team is definitely kind of locked down right now. We're just going to hope we can get this kill on Marius, and I think we will. As long as Marius is somewhat neutralized, we're fine. You know, we're doing well. And I think the Vegas odds just turned in our favor here. Just holding on to life there on Fabian. Nice, easy kill. Siphi, the nuker. And now it's finally, no, it's not finally, excuse me. Oh, we got the Wand of Submission. And now it's over. We can go, we can control Hilvi, the Reviver. And even though Nais didn't do much this match, and they leave, we're back, guys! We've hit 20,000! I can't believe I'm sharing this moment with you guys. It's insane. Unfortunately, even though Nais has been good and effective in these battles, he hasn't really shown, you know, the Nais that we've all seen in the arena. All right, we're going to go back to the chalk here. I really want to draft Rotos because I think that Rotos, not only does he hard counter Nais, but I think that even without Siphi, I think that Rotos is still one of the most powerful nukers inside the entire game right now. So much so that I have a +4 fully empowered Siegfried, and I'm still using Rotos more. It's crazy, but it's because of the ignore, block damage, and unkillable on that A3. He's just so nasty right now. Even if you don't have Siphi, or even if you don't want to run Siphi because of the Nells and the Volcanoses of the world, I think that if you have Rotos, you should be playing Rotos more, probably, right? I still get wrecked by Rotos. So Julio92 goes with Fabian and Marius again. A lot of Marius here, and can you blame him? We're going to keep the same strategy here because it hasn't really done us that poorly. We had that one loss. That sucked. Freaking Predator. Predator. I still think, even though, honestly, I think that Predator Marius, and Galeus are three of the biggest threats that we face as a Nais user. Oh, they go with Mezimel. Very interesting. Mezimel is a beast, and I respect the hell out of Mezimel. I don't care what anybody says. But they've given us an opening yet again here, guys. They've given us an opening to go in with bombs. So let's see what they go with. They could go, again, with like a Marichka or something like that. I'm going to ban Marius. Let's see. I'm at 13. Okay, so if I win this one, I'll get my mats. And we can have a little relic opening. What do you guys say? Relic opening? Forging, Ash. We'll open a relic. It'll be great. All right, here we go. Going to pick Carnage as our aura lead. And we're going against a Shuzen, a Mezimel. So Shuzen could just give the instant turn to Mezimel. They're probably going to go first. I don't know. But they can't kill my whole team with Mezimel. They kind of can on an alternate form, but I'm pretty stacked with blues. Boost artifact substats with glyphs. Dude, okay, we're good. Sorry. For a split second there, I'm sorry. I thought I didn't draft Nais. I was looking from left to right. I'm like, did I forget to draft him? Okay, we got a weak hit there, so Nais is still ready to go. We can get a nice, easy block revive on Fabian on Nais's A3. Mezimel goes right now, so she could try to take out, I guess, well, she's going to go for, I guess, Starsage? Well, who's she going to go for? She can't kill Nais. Not with that affinity. Interesting. I don't know about that Mezimel pick against this team. We're too blue heavy. And then I have Swift Parry. Everybody runs Swift Parry on Carnage. Not everybody, but the most popular build on Carnage is right there on cue, is Swift Parry. So, you know, it's not a great Mezimel target. Because she ignores, with Mezimel, she ignores Stone Skin and Strengthen and a bunch of other baloney, but she doesn't ignore Unkillable. She does on her alternate form, as we just saw. So, in this situation, I don't know, man. I'm just going to go ahead and heal, because I can revive with Lazarius' next turn. Now, look at their team, right, guys? I mean, it's over. It's game over. I can block revive on Mezimel, and they have no firepower here. And that's the beautiful thing about any block revive champion. Doesn't have to be nice. They should just leave the match right now if they were kind, but they're not going to. Well, to be fair, Freya can deal some damage with her A1 depending on the build, but it's not the type of damage that, even if she is built for damage, that's going to be able to take out a team like this, certainly. So let's take our mats after this one. Let's see if we can get that mythical relic. Let's just go with the A2 here. The nice thing with that A2 is it doesn't hit, as you saw, it doesn't hit as hard as his other form. And the nice thing about it is it steals turn meter. The cool thing about Nais is he brings a lot to the table, right? He brings a lot to the table beyond just his damage, which honestly, I kind of took for granted until I had him on my account, you know? So we're actually going to switch forms here for the hell of it. And just to play things safe, we're going to go right into Feather Shield, aka we're going to finish the match, the next move. I'm going to still play another match or two here, guys. But because I still feel like, unfortunately, it's the RNG, right, of Live Arena. I could be playing at my house, in bed, whatever, and I could get, you know, 5 insane nice matches in a row. I've already done it, you know? But then I hit record, and it's been good, but it hasn't been insane. Anyway, guys, are you ready for this? Come on, man. Come on. Should I do it? Live Arena, I have Infernal Polytope and the Death Dealer. The Death Dealer is my most wanted, certainly my most wanted Live Arena. So let's try for it. What do you say? All right. Bump, 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 and come on, baby. Come on. Death Dealer! Ah, the harp. The harp! All right, we get HP, resistance, and speed as the last stat, whereas turn meter fills by 5% each time they use a skill that doesn't deal damage. I forgot, frankly, what the escalation is. I think it's by 5? By 2. Okay, so every time they use a skill, we can get up to 15. Let's just call it 13 because I'm not going to take it to 6, obviously. So 13% turn meter every time I use a skill that doesn't deal damage. Obviously, it's meant for a support. You get HP, you get resistance. I think it's good, but I don't think it's great, you know? That's kind of a bummer. You fight all season for the relic shot, and you get that, which, again, isn't awful. I'm close to a Grim Forest mythical shot as well. All right, guys, so I was going to go back into live arena, but I have less than an hour left on Shadow Arena and the ranking phase. So I'm going to play a couple different teams. How about that, guys? I'm kind of scared of Predator. I'm not going to lie, with a big blue affinity team, which I'm rocking right now. Look at how Force Affinity has came back, though, in a big way. Everybody says that Magic is meta, but man, Force certainly seems to be meta right now, right? So I'm going to run a blue affinity team, at least for one battle. I want to showcase some of the things that we haven't talked about Nais. Some of the little things, right, that make him so special right now. So we're going to set him up with an increased attack. I have a 9-piece protection Siphi on the team as well. I have Rotos on the team, especially for Odin's, and he's just a beast right now. Anything that I need to ignore, block damage. So we have the block revive, but also we have kind of destroyed targets max HP and decreases the target's attack, defense, speed, resistance, and accuracy when the skill is used against them for the first time. Also, increases champions' HP, attack, speed, blah, blah, blah. Each time a champion decreases an enemy's stats. Excuse me if I can speak. And then as A3, we steal 20% of the target's turn meter from each enemy. Can't be resisted on enemies with 50% or more turn meter, which is in this situation 2 out of the 4. So let's go ahead and go with the A2. Steal their turn meter. So look at our turn meter. We're already almost back to our next turn. The beautiful thing, too, is if Taurus was up for that attack, the AoE on Nais does not trigger counterattacks. Isn't that nice as well? Pun intended, I guess. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kill Odin first, and then I'm going to kill Marichka. Deal with the counterattack, no big deal. It actually does enough damage where it gets me an extra turn. Is this the Roto show? What the heck is going on here? Boom. And boom. Oh, nice. You know what? Nice. Get that block revive. Boom. There it is. There it is. Let's go one more time with this team. You know what we can do is we can easily go against a team like this. We just swap out a Siphi for a Marichka, right? Of our own. And then we can handle a team like this, even with a little bit of Force Affinity. You're going to deal with Force Affinity everywhere nowadays anyway, right? So we get that block damage to prevent or circumvent, I guess, Gizmak. We're going to go in and we're going to go with the A2. We want to remove some buffs here and clear the palette, so to speak. The table, I guess is a better word, for our guy Nais. Let's remove this. We can get the extra turn and get that heal and that protected strengthen and try to, like, you know, turn things back into our favor here, which is working out pretty well so far. So can we go in with the Thief's Omen right away and pop off Gizmak and make him gone? I'm not sure. Maybe, but I think the right move here is to actually just go in and, again, steal 20% turn meter from basically everybody here. Can't be resisted if they have more than 50% turn meter. So, again, he's going to go again really soon. Let's go and try to pop off. A lot of people run Aspect of Siroth on Marichka, so you never really know. But let's go and go for the easy shot here on Gizmak as well. We'll burn their revive. It's totally cool. We still have Nais activated. We can remove some buffs first. Nais it looks like he's about ready to go again with the A3. Let's go ahead and see if we can get him to join in. I'm trying to trigger that passive there. But now let's get that block revive on Gizmak. One of their 2 biggest threats offensively. So here comes the Atomize. We're going to get that extra turn. We're going to go in. Did I trigger it, guys? I think I triggered the passive. No, I didn't. Now I did. Okay. So we're in a little bit of a situation here, right? We got some low HP units on our team. We got Embry sitting there at 60% turn meter. That's not ideal as well. I might need the revive from Lazarius, so I'm going to keep him in this form for sure. And I'm just going to poke away at Marichka. I'm going to take that well-deserved heal on this team. And in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and just switch forms, man. I want to get this dude protected. I want to get that feather shield up. And now I feel like I'm in a really good position again. So we're going to A2 and start working on stealing HP from Marichka. We have the block revive on Gizmak because of Nais. So we're sitting in a pretty good position. We're going to get an extra turn that killed me earlier from Marichka the same exact way. And we're going to try to execute it here on the enemy. We go in with the A1 weak hits. That'll happen going against Force Affinity. The nice move is, though, is I have nobody dead. Don't have to worry about necrosis stacks. I don't have a reviver on the team, but Yeah, I'm going to heal everybody right now. The biggest threat right now, honestly, is just the HP swap at this very moment. But we're going to kill him, I think, on this shot. He's going to get revived. We're going to go in there and kill him again. There it is. Let's change the team one more time, and let's go for the most formidable team that we can find. How about that? I'm going to get a refresh. I'm looking for one of those +4 mythicals on every single position, right? And I'm not seeing really any. Is that one? Yep, here it is. Oh my God, this freaking team. All right, definitely not the team that we want to be attacking with Nais. I'll say that right out the gate. I'm getting Rotos out. I still wouldn't mind going first with Lazarius, but it doesn't really feel like a Lazarius battle, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go with like a lot of protection. And I'm going to lean on Nais. I can't lean on Nais that heavy, though. Star Sage. And I'm going to go with Galeus. And it's a pretty strong combo. So even a situation like this, Nais can be very, very useful, right? So they lock us out. Totally cool. They did lock out. I noticed they did get Nais as well. So we're going to go in. Going to get that block damage, which is great. It sets us up to protect against Predator. Get that extra turn, which in this, again, another extra turn. Man, I love this build on Marichka, man. I think I'm going to sit on the, not only does the extra turn, is it great to get extra turns, but it also reduces the cooldown of the block damage proc on the poisons, which is very, very helpful. I want to save the heal and the shield, and I kind of want to save the cleanse, honestly, as well. So I'm just going to A1 again into Crixia. All right. It's the cock time. There we go. All right, so we're just going to go in, and we're going to try to reduce some of these buff durations. Nothing too crazy there. I'm actually going to switch forms here so I can get my my block damage up. So we're totally cool. Moreover, more protection against Predator, and we can start kind of hammering away against all these beasts the enemy team has, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just A1 here. I will have to change forms, I think. He's not going to survive. Who am I kidding? I have the block damage. Okay, let's just get that revive, hopefully. Ah! Man, no kills. Insane that I didn't get a kill there. The nice move is no, there's nothing nice to say about this situation. I need to kill Nell right away. And golly, let's just get that heal up. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding even looking at another ability? So there we go. There's our guy. There's our guy just doing what he does. Nice protection there with that veil on Predator. And they do get the revive up. We're going to get a revive up and get her back again. And we do polymorph against Nell, buying us a little bit of time here. So I could actually go right back into my base form. But even going back into base form, the most I can hope for is just getting a kill on Nell, which I could already do. So I'm going to keep him. And keep in mind, when you go back in base form, now I can get the cleanse, get the extra turn, get the heal, right? When you go back in base form too, you know, you still have to take the turns to get the switch form proc as well. Okay, now we're cooking here, I think. Theodosia, they're going to lock me out, remove some of my buffs. Not cool. I'm not an idiot. I'm going to stay in base form. I'm actually going to switch forms here. We're going to go in. We are going to buff everybody up. We're going to go in with the, this is going to end it right here because we take down Theodosia and we have the unkillable now. Even with the block revive, it's nice and all. But we're going to be smart here. We're going to keep being smart. Now I can do it. Now I can do it. Now I can go in and do the buff removal. Or not. Can we get Predator down? Or is he going to ruin my day twice in a row? We can get him down, man. This guy is impossible to kill. Dude, I should have not even done it with Star Sage. When am I going to learn my lesson? Now we've got a battle on our hands. Oh, my word. Okay. Oh, jeez, man. I'm going to be real with you guys. I barely took him down, but we took down the beasts. We took down the beasts. +4 Nell, +4 Theodosia, +4 Predator, +4 Crixia. Not to say that I didn't have a +3 Galeas and a Galathir and a Nais on my team. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. Do you like Classic Arena better when you're watching it on YouTube, Champion Spotlight like this, Endgame? Or do you like Endgame Live Arena better? Let me know in the comments below. And thanks for sharing this guide-ish spotlight or whatever feature on my most wanted champion. I'm freaking thrilled. Much love, guys, and as always, take care.